happy to be here with you all today. For those of you that know me, I am Nurse Nikki. I love to read. That's how I spend my time usually, either outside, sitting in the grass, sitting in the field, underneath the stars. If it wasn't so cold right now outside, I would be out there right now. Because I love to read, I'm here to share my love of reading with you all. I have some books that help to keep me spiritually grounded, and I have some books that help me to build the foundation for the conclusions that I come to, and they also help me to advise people when I work with them. So in the video 11 tips to help you heal Dr. Sebi's way, I held up a book and I held up a little diagram that was speaking about the small intestines. And that book is The Guide to the Human Body, and it's by Richard Walker. Now, I like this book because it's really quick and to the point, but extremely informative. As you can see, it's got a lot of words in it, but it's not too chatty, if you understand the difference. It gets right to it. As you can see, it is raggedy now. I carry it with me a lot. This book has been through a lot. I really like these super pictures. That's what I like to call them. They are, magnified by, this one is magnified by 4200. Like, that's cool. That's the real deal. It's just getting a closer look at it. Don't you think that's pretty cool? Oh my gosh. It's got those little pictures all over the book, and that's why I really like this book. I mean, I'm just a geek, I guess. But when it comes to anatomy and physiology, I was crazy when I was in school before I got into the nursing program or Hard Up for Cash. Either one. It doesn't really matter now. Those days are gone. But I sold my anatomy and physiology book. But so if anybody... If anybody wants to donate an anatomy and physiology textbook to me, please comment below. I will take it with loving hands, loving open arms. If you would like to gift that to me. But I do have my textbooks from when I was in nursing school. Now, I was in nursing school quite some years ago, so that's why I like to keep up with the new. And I am constantly looking up new things and writing in my books. I know a lot of people don't like to write in their books. I don't see any other way to study. I have full paragraphs written right alongside of this stuff in my book. Keep your textbooks. That's like the number one thing. That's the number one bit of advice for all of you future nurses out there, or all of you students out there who are aspiring to be or getting ready to go into a certain field. Keep your textbook. It is the best book and the most informative book that you're going to get your hands on. And I'm not saying that everything is right, because you will find contradicting information, but that is the point. You want to cross-reference. You don't want to just go with one book and say, this is the Holy Grail, this is my Bible, that I am what it says I am, I can do. So then with biochemistry, everybody knows that Dr. Sebi has a background in biochemistry. He studied biochemistry. He worked as an electrical engineer, but he also did a lot of studying in the area of biochemistry. So this book is pretty easy. Biochemistry DeMYSTiFieD. This one is pretty good, by Sharon Walker, Ph.D. and David McMahon. And you know, the thing about it is because I read this, I got a download about being reactive, and I shared that in my last video, the cord cutting video. I was reading that when electron shells are full, that they are less reactive, that they are not as reactive when they're full. So later on, when I was receiving downloads about how to effectively cord cut energies, it came back to me. You know, when we are whole ourselves, we too are less reactive. Reading is truly fundamental. If you want to hide important information from people, hide it in a book, because I promise you people don't read. Reading is fundamental. This book. If you wish to understand alkalinity, and if you wish to understand the foundation of Dr. Sebi's methodology, then it's good to have an understanding of biochemistry. You don't even have to read all through the book. You can just read the first few chapters, because Dr. Sebi doesn't even believe in, half of this stuff, carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids and all that. Dr. Sebi believes in the cell structure, molecular level, cleaning the cells on a cellular level. So it will be beneficial to know what your cells look like on a cellular level. It talks about oxidation. Dr. Sebi talks about that all the time, that if you're going to take a supplement, that he doesn't want us to take the oxide. He doesn't want us to take the oxidized version of it. So, it's just little things like that you can familiarize yourself with. You don't have to know, biochemical analysis and the DNA codes for amino acids. You don't have to know all that, but it is good to just know the structure. Another book, this book here, The Amazing Acid Alkaline Cookbook. I love this book because, for one, it contradicts Dr. Sebi. No disrespect to Dr. Sebi. No disrespect, Baba. You know I love you. You know I love you. I just like to read. But I like it because it's not just talking about what the food itself tests like on the pH scale. It speaks towards the alkalizing or the acidic effect that it has on the body once it's consumed. You can see this chart here. You see there, it has alkalizing, highly alkalizing, medium to high, low to medium, alkalizing effects, acidifying effect. Cantaloupe, which is a melon, has highly alkalizing berries, blackberries, and it also has cranberries as highly acidifying, all the way over to the right. I trust a lot of it because Dr. Sebi said all berries except for cranberry. It does contradict Dr. Sebi in the area of pineapple, where it says pineapples are medium to high alkalizing effect on the body. And Dr. Sebi says, no, don't eat the pineapple. Pomegranate, super acidifying. Olives are here on the list, but it says that black olives here are acidifying, highly acidifying, just as acidifying as cranberries. So, little books like this can help you to make decisions, help you to make choices. Another book that I like to read, this book right here, y'all. This book right here. This book is the truth. Now, I found one of these books in my home that was handwritten in. So I know that this is the ancestors talking to me when I write in my books. I got this honest, people. I got this honest. When Harry Potter found that book, that raggedy book in, what was that? Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, when he found old boy's notebook and it had all those handwritten notes and it was putting Harry Potter ahead of the class. Yeah, that's how I felt, because I found a handwritten book just like this, and my cousin, God bless her soul, thank you, cousin, she had written notes all throughout the book that was just like, look, yeah, this, but nah, this though, this. So I have an additional copy here, and this is what is up. One tip that I want to share from this book is that if you are trying to heal something and you're not healing, that it could be because you're sleeping in a room that is not well ventilated. The reason why you're not healing. Like, I don't trust everything that I read, but some things that resonate, you're just like, oh, yeah, but you got to read it first. So another book that's a favorite. Okay, this is a hardback, so it didn't take quite the beating as this other book here. But I will throw this in my bag as well. I keep hot sauce in my bag, swag. This book is called The Concise Encyclopedia of the Human Body, and it is not as informative as this one, but it is quite informative. I like it because of the pictures. I'm not even going to lie. I like pictures. I like things that show me closer. I bought it for the endocrine system pictures, honestly. The endocrine system is just a fancy way to say chakras. If you wish to understand your chakras and if you wish to heal your energy, you must understand the endocrine system. I'm going to say that again. If you wish to heal and balance your energy, then you must understand the endocrine system, because the chakras are the endocrine system. It's great for beginners because it really doesn't talk too much. It helps you to understand things on a foundational level. You see all these words here. Yeah, I need this in my life. I throw this book in my bag all the time. But this is gonna be for the person who is just starting to get their feet wet and understanding anatomy and physiology and understanding the way the human body works. Understanding the way that the human body works is foundational. It helps you to understand the difference between a healing diet and a maintenance diet. So it's important. It's important to understand the way you're built. Another book that I like to read is Secrets of Native American Herbal Remedies. Alright? I love it. Because it's really to the point too. You know, it's got little recipes in there. You see that? It's heartburn tea, immunity strengthener. And some of this goes against what Dr. Sebi has said. But if you cross-reference, if you've been to advocates for Dr. Sebi, if you look up herbs, if you've taken them, okay? That's really the best way to learn about them if you've taken them. You know, you'll know, well, I don't want to deal with that herb. I want to deal with that herb even though it's not listed or even though it's not recommended. Like the immunity strengthener, it says Echinacea golden seal. Dr. Sebi says specifically those two. Don't deal with those, but you know, it's up to you. He also doesn't recommend turmeric, but I've seen a lot of people have good results with turmeric, and I use turmeric on my face from time to time. So another book. I spoke about this book already. I spoke about this book in my video about fasting. Every time Dr. Sebi speaks about healing himself, it always goes back to fasting. So this book here, Take Back Your Health by Jamaal Moncur. Jamaal Moncur is a student of Dr. Sebi. He was a student of Dr. Sebi. He studied under him. He has a restaurant in the Bahamas, New Life Cafe. I want to go there. If anybody wants to donate tickets and Airbnb, go to the website, hit me up, donate. I'm open, universe. I would love to go visit his restaurant. Everything is alkaline. They don't play games. They don't cut corners. And he has herbs. He has his own herbal blends. He has charts in this book. Was that a picture of Dr. Myles Monroe? How could I have missed this? Oh my gosh. And Chef Aqiyl, I saw Chef Aqiyl though. I saw Chef Aqiyl. Maybe how could I have missed Myles Monroe? See, Chef Aqiyl has been there. You see Chef Aqiyl standing there with her husband, and that's Jamaal Moncur and his wife. And then I love Myles Munroe. This is the man truly who started it all for me. That's the man right there who set me on my Dr. Sebi journey. God bless your soul. Now, some of you knew him and some of you didn't, but he and his wife, they perished in a plane crash. And I was binging his videos after a time where I had a suicide attempt. An attempt, not thoughts of suicide and all that. It was an actual attempt. I attempted. I had my stuff boxed up and ready to go. But I started binging his videos. After I fasted, and when I came off of that fast, my body wouldn't receive meat anymore, and I had this high vitality for life. Who would have thought? A little 7-day fast. Oh my gosh. And I fought it too. I was like, no, I'm not doing no fast. My mom was like, we need to fast. I was like, nah, I'm not doing no fast. I just went to the liquor store and got some 20 grand. You think I'm about to fast? No. Anyway, I talk about that story in my How I Beat Depression video. But I recorded myself. I videotaped myself during that time of my life. So it's not funny. I'm not laughing at myself because I was really hurt. I was really in pain. I wanted to die for real. But I think I might share some of those videos with you guys if you want to see them, because it really helped me to see myself in that state, and so maybe it might help some of you. But Dr. Myles Monroe, I was binging his videos, and so I got familiar with the background of what the church looked like. And so I was just clicking on YouTube videos. And I ended up clicking on a video where I saw the background of the church. I didn't pay attention to the title. And so here comes this guy. And he's talking about there are no incurable diseases. Mind you, I was in a state of just anguish with my job, you know. I was working as a nurse supervisor in a field of nursing where I just hated it. I just didn't like the environment at all. And I hated the part of my job where I didn't really get to spend time with the patients. It was mostly about paperwork, and anybody who is a nurse, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I hated my job. And so to hear this man say that, I'm just like, what the heck? What the is he talking about? Like, no incurable diseases. I'm standing around people right now that got incurable diseases. And so then here comes, they invite Dr. Sebi on the stage. And I'm just like, who is this skinny man with these big old ears looking high as a kite talking about there are no incurable diseases? He's a liar. He's a liar. And, and what is he talking about though? And it started to spark my interest. And I immediately went from looking up Dr. Myles Monroe videos to looking up Dr. Sebi videos, and I fell completely in love with this man. I fell completely in love with Dr. Sebi. I started researching him, and I started to think about nursing school, and I started to remember that nursing school made absolutely no sense to me. You know, I was an honor student before nursing school. I understood things very, very concretely before nursing school. And in nursing school, it's almost like one of those moments where you realize that you're going to have to be on some BS in order to be a part of that group. Like, you're going to have to adopt this group think. And I started studying, I started reading, and I started believing. And I was like, wow, this is the missing piece. This is the piece that was always missing from my studies. This is the piece right here. This was over a span of time. So, because it took a while for me to get through all of those Dr. Sebi videos. Wow. He is a great, great man. If you guys want to understand the Bible on a whole different level, he's not my favorite sermon by Dr. Myles Monroe. If you listen to any sermon by Dr. Myles Monroe, listen to the one about angels. Listen to the sermon that he preaches about angels. That's my favorite sermon by this man. But that's neither here nor there. Dr. Myles Monroe, Dr. Sebi. I was so distraught because when I found out about Dr. Myles Monroe, he had already perished. And I was making plans to go and see him. And then I found out that he had gone on. He and his wife had already transitioned over to the realm of the ancestors. And so I was making preparations to go see Dr. Sebi. And I remember it like it was yesterday. It was my homegirl's birthday. And I was noticing that my phone was ringing. I was getting ready to watch a Dr. Sebi video. And everybody kept calling me. I was like, oh my gosh, why is everybody calling me today? I really, really am not in the mood. I just want to binge another Dr. Sebi video. And the first video that popped up was like a live stream. They killed Dr. Sebi. And I was just like, what? People so stupid. Like, why are people always talking about somebody is dead? Somebody famous is dead like it's funny. And I really didn't even believe it. And I cried. I cried like a baby for a very, very long time. I was very sad. I was very sad. And not too long after that, I quit my job. I said, you know what? I just can't do this. Quit my job. And anyway, I could talk about Dr. Sebi for a long time. Another book that I like to read as it relates to alkalinity and healing and the understanding the body is this book. Now, this book goes against Dr. Sebi completely. The Kemetic Diet by Dr. Matta Ashby. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but yeah, that book though. I love this book. It talks about a lot of different things. It talks about how spirituality relates to food. It's bringing things back from the pyramids, you know. It's bringing it back from Egypt. This is a really good book. I like it. I like a lot of what it talks about. And some of the foods contradict the list. So, you know, you have to find what resonates with you. But, you know, the foundation of no's, you know what to know. You know what's a hell no. More books. Now, I love these books too. You see, they're not big. They're not big books. These books are easy to binge. Like, you can binge read these books and come up on your knowledge. Learn something and share something with the community. This man right here, he did so many people a favor, and you won't even just go buy the book. This man right here, though, like, he even put recipes in this book. And he quoted his sources from where he read and did research. This is more of a reference book. Now, this book has gone in my purse quite a few times as well. It's not a hard read. It's nothing too chatty. There's nothing too chatty. You can read this. You can read this straight to the point. He did you a service. Do him a service. Buy the book. And now, this big boy right here. Thank you, Daddy. My griot, my own personal griot. Thank you, Daddy. I love you. My daddy gave me this book. It touches on so many things. It talks about herbs and supplements. So you kind of got to be, you know, a little skeptical on certain things. But just read. Look things up. That's what I use this for. It's a reference book. Oh, it's falling apart. I'm going to have to tape it back together. They have a newer one out now. I saw it. It's like green. Go to Barnes & Noble and sit there and read. In the aisles. Which is what I do. Yeah, and I have handwritten notes in here too. So, if any of my cousins down the line find this book, hopefully the notes that I write in here will be as big of a blessing to them as the notes that I found have been to me. Because I tell you, some of you guys are lazy when it comes to research. And I'm not saying that because I'm being mean. I'm just saying that because I want us to do better collectively. I can do better too. I can truly, truly, really do better with my research as well. So, but it will make it easier. It makes it easier when people comment, like on my video about the lasagna. You know, a lot of people commented and told me that aluminum foil is no good to cook with. I had no clue. You know, I had no clue. So, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Somebody learned something and decided to share. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that because now that's something that I can pass on. So the blessing keeps blessing. Now for my spiritual books. I was looking for my Bibles. They're in the car. It's like 100 below zero outside, so won't be going out there. So that'll be a whole new video for you all, because that's probably going to spark discussions anyway, because my daddy gave me those Bibles. Well, my mama gave me one Bible and my daddy gave me the other one. Now that one, that's that whole that's that real for you. The Bible daddy gave me and the Bible mama gave me. The Bible that mama gave me, lots of questions. The Bible daddy gave me, I was like, oh, mind blown. And then one of my homegirls just told me that her daddy wrote like over 500 books to help to fill in them gaps even more. Ugh. Yeah, so I'll save that one. So my other spiritual books that I have, this one is a good one too. This book is good for people who are skeptical about the law of attraction and manifestation. If you think that manifesting is unreal and that it can't happen and that your thoughts have nothing to do with the quality of your life, then, my friends, Quantum Theory is the most spiritual book you'll ever read. Anyway, moving on. This little book here, it costs less than $20. It's got great pictures. I love pictures, love color. And it really breaks the chakras down, okay? It breaks them down. It tells you about mantras. It tells you about different names for the chakras, where the word comes from. It tells you about the history of the chakras, how it even became a study. You begin to understand that the chakras are your endocrine system, and it shows you different positions that help you to align with the universe. So your position, changes your vibration, correct? It goes back to the anatomy and physiology. The shape of something affects its job. Hello. The shape of something affects what it can and cannot do. Hello. So, putting your body in different positions does change your vibration immediately. Every time I'm feeling sad, down, and depressed, when I pay attention to myself, I'm usually, my posture is usually very, very awful. When I'm feeling down, it's no way that I can feel down about myself when my posture is erect and my head is held high. It's really no way I can be down when I'm in this position, when I'm just like, you know what? Your girl is good. I'm good. So that's a quick little tidbit for you guys out there who suffer from depression or attacks of depression and anxiety. Check your breathing and your posture. Check those two physical aspects of your body, of your vehicle. And 9 times out of 10, your breathing is all jacked up and your posture is too. The Essential Guide to Chakras. This last spiritual book, it might not look so spiritual, but it is The Ultimate Erotic Massage. Now, this is great for couples, for singles, whoever. It's good to understand your body on a very intimate level. And I found that if you are into the chakras, then Tantra is very important. And as well as massage and touch. If you're engaging in a sexual relationship with another person, then it's extremely important for you all to feel each other's energies out first. And if you've already decided to open up the universe for somebody, then cool. But it's never too late to understand how to balance out that energy and harmonize it. You know, this is a great book for people in sexual relationships. It's kind of got some fun stuff in there, you know. I mean, for the kinky one. And it's got some pretty interesting massage techniques in here. But this is a really good book. Ultimate Erotic Massage. And I'm not going to jack that name up either. Bare skin, nakedness in the shape of the body. It's beautiful to me. It's not nasty, and it's not sexual. It's just beautiful to me. But that's just my perspective. The Crystals, The Essential Guide to Crystals, Minerals, and Stones by Margaret Ann Limbo. This is one of the better books out there, and I'll tell you why. Because it's got beautiful pictures. It's got beautiful pictures, and then it also helps to break down the way the stone's energy is set up. Like this ruby and fuchsite colors, green with red ruby inclusions, chakra, root and heart chakra, planet, Venus, number 6, element, earth, mole scale. It even tells you about the moles. Okay, now that is a bit in depth. And the astro sign, and then it talks about affirmations, spiritual uses, mental uses, emotional uses, physical uses, and divine guidance. And it also gives you a bit of information about the stone and where it comes from and how it's found and what it looks like when it's found. So I like this book a lot. The only setback about this book is that it doesn't have as many stones in it as the Crystal Bible has. And so if anybody would like to donate a crystal Bible to me, yeah, go to my website and donate. Yeah, thank you. You know, I'll read it. You know, I'll share with y'all. That's it. I hope that I've helped you all. If you guys want me to do another video on books that I read, spiritual books that I read, or some of my favorite tarot decks, how I work with my tarot decks, clean my tarot decks, you know, how I communicate with my tarot decks, let me know. I'm more than happy to share with you all. So until then, I love you all. Vibrate love as always, and vibrate well. See you all.